Okay, hello everyone. This is Michael Waltos here from Orderflows.com. This is the Orderflows trade analysis for Monday, May 1st, 2017. First, a brief disclaimer. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered a solicitation to buy or sell a futures contract or make any other type of investment decision. Futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Again, the reason for the disclaimer is because trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Trading, if you apply yourself, can provide a source of income to live on. Many traders live off the results of their trading. I'm not saying everybody will have the same results as me or as more successful traders, but you know what? If you work hard at it, you can succeed. Just like any sort of skill. It's a skill set that you can take with you, whether you trade bonds, whether you trade beans, whether you trade sugar. It's a skill set that you can have with you for the rest of your life. Once you learn something, no one can take it away. They could throw you in jail. You could get awards. You can win the Heisman Trophy, and they find out you've been doping. They'll take the trophy away from you. But if you have a skill set, trading, it will be with you for life. And the tools that are used in this presentation are the Orderflows Trader and the Delta Scalper. I promised to talk a little bit more about the Delta Scalper because a lot of people have been showing interest in it, and it's a great little tool for trading with order flow. Now let's just jump into it real quick. This is the eurocurrency chart. Let's go back to around 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning here. You can see Delta Scalper gives a sell here at the high of the day. You got a ratio 0.222. Now a lot of people have been commenting, explain more about the ratios. Basically, ratios do two things. One, they read the order flow. I used to do these calculations in my head, and I created the Orderflows Trader software to plot the ratio on the chart, so I didn't have to do the calculation. I could concentrate on other things in the market at the time that's happening. And what they indicate is price rejection or price defense. Now, there's two types of ratios. There's a ratio bound high, there's a ratio bound low. A setting, just really quick, under, I might as well just talk about it here really quick. If you go to the settings, you pull it up, slow here. Ninja Trader sucks at sometimes, it's a little bit slow. Whoops, and it just disappeared. I hope it didn't kill all my charts, but and it did kill my chart. Here you go. Setting Orderflows Trader. You see right here, ratio bounds high above 28. It's a ratio. Ratio bounds low below 0.7. It's 0.699. Again, anything above 28 or below 0.699 to 0, it's not going to be negative, is going to give you a ratio, a blue number that you like. It'll be on top of a red bar. It'll be on the top. On a green bar, it'll be on the bottom. And again, what they indicate, ratio bounds high indicates price rejection, and ratio bounds low indicates price defense. In this case, you're at your high of the day, and there's the signs of price defense here. And you got the Delta Scalper kicking off, telling you, it's reading the delta here, and it's telling you, hey, you know what? It's shifting from a demand-driven market on the way up to a supply-driven market. And you can see how we sell off from this high. Right down here, you get the price Delta Scalper, again, giving you a buy here. And you rally from this level. You came from your high down, what was your high up here? 109.47.5. But realistically, you'd be getting in around 44, 45. It trades down to 32. And what do? You rally, you go back up, make a new high. Price Delta Scalper giving a sell here as well, right off the high. And what do? This is around the 44 area, and look, it just falls over. Boom, 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 boom. Get another sell here with the Delta Scalper, and again, you trade lower. Late in the day, a few more indicators in there with the Delta Scalper giving you sells. So, if you only had one thing, if you're reading the order flow via one way, the Delta Scalper is a great tool. There'll be a link on the description if you're more interested in it, or if you're interested in purchasing it. It runs on a normal bar chart as well. I had stopped selling it because I don't want people thinking, oh, Mike, you're only about selling indicators, not about teaching. And honestly, I've taken down the link. I haven't put it up. It hasn't been up for 6 months. I stopped selling it last year, but I get a lot of people still buying it. I haven't hidden the link, but it's just sort of out there. I got no other links on my website to it. Just some previous videos, but a lot of people are still interested in it, and I'm sort of reviving it. For people that are interested in it, you can still purchase it. And the cool thing is it runs on a normal bar chart. So if you're just using a normal bar chart, not even using an order flow chart, it will work on it. Okay, so the next market we'll look at is crude oil. And again, with the Delta Scalper, there wasn't that many signals here, but you come into a new low here at 10 o'clock. Boom, you get the Delta Scalper giving a buy right off this low. The only thing I don't like about this signal is, if I'm buying it, I like the bar to be green. Comes right back up in the next bar, which is encouraging. I don't like the fact that this bar is red, but if it comes back into the next bar and is green, okay, I'm interested again. But again, I don't like taking buys in bars that are red. And is this the greatest signal? No, it just sort of goes sideways, makes a new low. This bar here at 12 o'clock, where you got the Delta Scalper given a signal, is a bit clearer. It's a green bar, it's an up bar. This is what you want. This one, it's a red bar. That's not really what you want. Wait for the next bar. Okay, you get a little bit of confirmation there, but really what you want is the bar with the signal to be in the direction that you expect the market to go. In this case, it's green, and you can see, this is what time is at 12:07. Very little heat that you took. It came right back down towards this 64 area, and rallied all the way up to the mid 80s. So that was a nice trade there in the crude oil. So you saw crude oil, you saw eurocurrency. Those are both 8 range charts. I'm not picking one on a 1 minute chart because it looks good on today on there, or another chart, a 10 range chart, because it looks good on there. These other charts I use every day: 8 range in crude oil, 8 range in eurocurrency. Okay, so the next chart being beans. It's a 4 range chart. I use 4 range in the beans. 4 range gives you five ticks. It's 4 range is 1 cent. Well, 4 ticks is 1 cent, so it's just over 1 cent move. Now, okay, we're going into these highs. This is what you want to see as you're taking out highs. You want to be seeing aggressive buying coming in. You want to see buying imbalances, and you get stack buying imbalance here, stack buying imbalance there. All of a sudden, boom, we hit this high. Now, this is the Delta Surge. You could download the Delta Surge on the website for free. And it's coming off the high. You're seeing selling come in here, whereas before this was a demand-driven market, buying. For a market to sell off, it's going to be driven by supply. People are going to be coming in and selling. You see the Delta Surge right here, imbalances. Sellers are taking over. There's very little buying happening now. Imbalance. All negative deltas, and you sell off down to the 967.5 area. You start rallying back up. You hit the high again, come off, hit the high again, make new highs. Now, this is the beauty of the Delta Surge. You hit the high here, and it's picking up what's happening in the Delta. You got the Delta Surge, Delta Scalper kicking off right here. That's this fuchsia color. You sell off. Boom, you trade back up towards this high. Price rejection with the ratio, you see 34.75, and you sell off going into the close for the day. So again, it's a move from 973 down below 970, 960. I will call it 971. It's not the greatest move. It's a move. You could have participated in it. Very little heat. Maybe went 1 or 2 ticks, 3 ticks against you, if that. But it was a nice trade. Okay, lastly, this is the emini 10 range chart, and it was very quiet this morning. These bars took about 2 hours to form. This high was made this bar closed right around the cash open. Delta Scalper gives a sell. You got a divergence on the 10 range chart. You trade from 85 down to 81, 81.5, 82. So there's a nice trade there. Come back up in price rejector. Got the Delta Scalper giving another sell here. Again, right off this high. This black one here is the Valtos U-turn actually, but again, you got this sell here. Did it sell off? Yeah, it did, but then it rallied right back up. So again, this trade failed. I showed you a lot of trades that work. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it fails and you get stopped out. Again, this is the Valtos U-turn up here at this high of the day. Just as you had it here, you get some nice sell-offs with this Valtos U-turn. You go to the website, you can learn more about it. But it's a beautiful, it's great at picking turning points. in the market. So imagine you're selling it up here, coming into the night session, we opened up around, what was that, 86 and a half. You're getting short around the 88 and a half, 89 area. I didn't even talk about the bonds this morning. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, Delta Scalper again, 830. Right on the low of the day. Delta Scalper giving a buy in the bonds. Rally, you taking any heat at all? This is the U-turn here. But, you're catching a move from, the 18 area below 20, all the way up into, close to the 30s. So even if you're getting in at 20, you're getting, good 8 ticks out of this trade pretty quick. And then boom, you get the swing high. Delta Scalper giving you a sell, even gives you a sell ahead of this stack buying imbalance. So imagine you can get in here right before it falls over. You think trading is the greatest thing in the world. You get short, then boom, big selling imbalance, all zeros, 0 to 0.8 from the 28 area all the way down to below 12. New lows down here. You'd be looking, you'd think trading, honestly, you'd see that. You'd think, hey, trading is the greatest thing in the world. You get short at 28. Where does it move go to? It goes down to, 1 full point lower. I don't want you thinking that every trade is going to be like that. Not at all. Don't think that, because, when it doesn't work out, you'll say, Mike, he's only he's a scammer. Not every trade is a full point. And then there are people out there that are like that. So anyway, again, this is the Voltus U-turn here. So sell, buy, another sell here. At this point, honestly, you just had this monster move, a full basis point, and now you're just going sideways here. I'm not surprised by that price activity. Okay, lastly, I'll look at the 5 years really quick. It's probably going to be kind of similar to the bonds, but we'll check it out. Okay. 8 o'clock price reject, Delta Scalper, boom, it sells off from the 12 area down to the 9 area, 9.5. Again, Delta Scalper giving a lot of sells here, boom, one here before it starts its monster move down. Again, if you're in this, you got the Delta Scalper here, boom, you get some confirming signals. You got point of control at the top of this bar. You've got a ratio balance low indicating stopping volume. You can see it here, 1,000 on the offer. Here again, another bar with a ratio balance low indicating stopping volume, 500 up here, 300. And so that there's supply up here. There's people up here got offers, and they're putting their foot on the market, saying, what, market, you're not going any higher. And what does it do? It sells off from this 12 area, 11 area straight down. This is a tremendous move in the 5 years from 12 all the way down to 6.5. That's a beautiful move. Here you get the Delta Scalper again giving you a sell signal. Boom, you get a nice little move lower. Before closing at the day right around where the Delta Scalper gave you the signal. This is the U-turn again here. It's a nice little signal. It's a nice little indicator. So again, that's just 2 simple tools. It's the Orderflows trader, the Delta Scalper. Delta Scalper works on a normal bar chart. So say you don't want to sit here and analyze what's going on in the order flow, like I was talking here. Yeah, you've got, point of control at the top, you got a ratio. These are confirming signs that you like to see, when you're getting short. That's the beauty of order flow. Order flow is a tool, right? But when you use it with your analysis, if you could learn to read the market, that's what trading is about, is learning to read the market. It's not learning to sell when, a 40 period moving average causes a 20 moving average. That's not trading. That's like having a checklist. Right? If you want to have a checklist, okay, we crossed this moving average, it's time to get short. Go work at McDonald's, Starbucks, make $10, $15 an hour, whatever the minimum wage is now in some of these countries or states. They're trying to keep raising it. That's not trading. Trading is understanding what's happening in the market and reacting to it. Think like an entrepreneur. Trading is very entrepreneurial in a way, actually. I mean, it's not in the sense where you're building something or building a business. It's about reading the market. It's about problem solving. people don't understand that it's, you have a problem in front of you. It's like a puzzle, right? You're trying to put the puzzle together. It's problem solving. The reason why companies like Apple do so well is because, they find the problems out there and they solve it. When Steve Jobs created honestly, Apple was in the shitter, back in, before the iPod came out. And, Steve Jobs, his visionary, he solved the problem, Hey, I like carrying music, on my hip, with the Walkman. But, you can only carry so much music there, on a cassette. And, obviously you can't carry a record player and you can't carry your whole collection of cassette tapes and all that with you. So he solved the problem. He came out with the iPod, right? And that solved the problem. That made life, things a lot easier for you. And, trading is the same way. It's about solving the problem that's presented to you. And by learning to read the market and understand what's happening in the market, you can solve the problem of the market, in a sense. Again, you're getting signals up here. Price rejection, this ratio, 474. Price defense with this ratio, 0.22. It's a ratio bounds high. It's a ratio bounds low. I mean, it doesn't get any freaking clearer here, honestly. And you got the Delta Scalper, which reads the delta. I could read this myself, but not everyone can. Not everyone's familiar with order flows, and that's fine. That's why I create these indicators, to help people understand what's happening in the market without knowing all the little intricacies of reading the delta and looking at the ratio, trying to calculate this in your head. Is there price acceptance? Is there price rejection? That's what all these are tools to help you as a trader become a better trader. The best carpenter in the world needs his tools, and the software is your tool. All right, all these little things are your tools to help you understand what's happening in the market better. And again, it's not based on, this moving average crossed here, or your MACD, which is also moving average, or your RSI, we're overbought, oversold. No, it's clear. It's telling you what's traded in the market. And when prices, simple thing, price rejection. What is price rejection? When there's no more buying. Buyers are rejecting higher prices. We came up here, one lot traded. Price rejection. Where's your other buyers? And when there's no more buyers in the market's going to drop down. Now, if you understand that, so you come up here, you trade one lot, to test and see what's up there. There's probably size up there, and so that's why people are rejecting it. Price comes off a bit, and then, hey, buyers come right back in. They step right back up, aggressive, buying and balance, 1,000, 575, 557. Boom, you get up here. Again, this is the area we had price rejection. Now you can see why you had price rejection, because there was big seller up here, 1,000 lots traded up here. Even went bid here. Sellers came in and hit that bid. Boom, we dropped down. Very little volume here. 231, 41, 662 selling imbalance. So sellers are dominating this market. Say you're not convinced yet. I don't believe you, Mike. Yeah, that's subjective. Look at the next bar. Again, you come down lower. Try rallying back up. Boom, you got sellers stepping up here. You've got price defense. This is the ratio bounds low, 0.64. It's a blue number. And it's below 0.7. Again, I showed you the settings earlier. Again, indicates price. Excuse me, I still got this sore throat. Indicates price rejection. You can see point of control right at the top. The heaviest volume in this bar right at the top, just as this bar. Heaviest volume right at the top. So there's a lot of sellers going on up here. Even when it goes bid here, they're selling, sell. And the market sells off. You got selling imbalances, aggressive sellers. Boom, 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 boom. And the market sells off. This is, if you fail to see this, maybe order flow is not for you. It's not for everybody. I'll be honest. Order flow is not for everybody. People don't want to take the time to learn. They want to blame other people for their failure rather than taking time to learn. Trading is something that could be taught. And, I've talked about this before. I worked in a bank, JP Morgan, for 8 years. I worked in another bank, Commerzbank, one of the biggest German banks before they all started going down the shitter a few years ago. I worked at Cargill, the biggest trading company in the world. I worked at EDF Man, again, one of the bigger trading companies in the entire world. And, I would see new traders come in. They don't want to put in the effort. They think, I graduated top honors at this university. So what? Some of the most brilliant traders on the exchange floor never went to college. You would think, honestly, that they're a slob. They got no other skill other than scalping on the floor, but they're brilliant at it. Why? Because they took the time to learn. And I see these new traders thinking, hey, I'm a high flyer, I'm a prima donna, I graduated my top level, summa cum laude, I'm brilliant. you're not. The market is a great way of taking people down a notch. And, they think, everything's going to be handed to them. They got to learn how to trade. You got to learn how to read the market. If you don't want to do it, then you'll never be successful. And it would kill me because I know people can do it. And the ones that don't want to, put in the time and effort, start blaming other people. Oh, my mentor here in the bank, wasn't very good, didn't teach me these things. It's his fault that I'm not a good trader. Well, you know what? If it's like that, those people don't last. After 3 months, 6 months, they're gone. Banks, you got to, some of these firms, you got to start producing really quick. And if you're not, you're just, hanging on. There are some companies that, I know the guys that own the company, they don't like to fire people. They'll just lower their wages down. But, it's I don't want to say a dog-eat-dog world, but to survive in this, if you want to be successful in trading and you want to make money, you got to learn how to trade. I said, it's easy when you're 25 years old, you got your MBA from, Chicago, University of Chicago Booth School. I would have loved to gone there, just simply because I know when I get out, there's probably a job waiting for me that's going to pay me $100,000, a year, probably more now. But that's not really what I wanted to do in life, is work for somebody else, and make them money, and yeah, they'll pay me money. But I wanted to be a trader ever since I was in my teens, and you got to learn. You got to take the time to learn this stuff. I mean, I can't put it any other way. Now we're in this age where people's attention spans are so short. They would want everything handed to them. Teach me how to trade in 2 days. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work that way. If you want to learn, you can. You got to apply yourself. There's this thing called the library. Now it's Google, but read whatever you can. People say, oh, I don't have time, I'm busy. Bullshit. You have time during the day. You're sitting around, in the grocery store, in the cashier line. Surf the internet. I've got videos downloaded on my phone. I watch things, for other topics I want to learn on. There's always time. You're sitting in bed. My wife sits in bed for an extra 2 hours. She just sits there and reads, or reads stuff, and she's learning, even though kids are asleep next to her. That's her time that she's going to spend time learning something. So when people say, oh, I got this going on, I got that going on, bullshit. You can find the time. Being a successful businessman, entrepreneur, trading is entrepreneurial in its sense. You find the time. You don't come up with excuses. A lot of people, they have excuses. Excuse me, hold on. Again, ask yourself, do you want to be successful or not? If you want to be, you'll make it happen. It won't just fall into your lap. So anyway, I digress. That was my rant for the day. So again, to learn more about trading with the Orderflows Trader software, or how you can profit from Orderflow, visit my website, orderflows.com. But if you're interested in the Delta Scalper, what I do, let me just go back here. I'll make this a little bit shorter. It's a little bit smaller. It's a bit big. Go down to 40. But again, I'm going to put the link here. I hate that. www.Delta Scalper. If you're interested in the Delta Scalper. Again, Delta Scalper. I created a website. I thought I took it down actually, because I wasn't keen on selling it that much anymore. But you know what? Why? Because I don't want people to say, oh, Mike, you're just out there to get money. And there are people like that. They think, oh, you just, because they can't get it to work for themselves. This is deltascalper.com. And you can see how it works on the normal bar chart. Yeah, you have trades that lose, like this one. Okay, are you happy to catch this move here? Are you willing to risk this to catch a move like this? Yeah, you should be. And it's $250. It's not a lot, but it's worth it. It's a good investment. So thanks, and hope to hear from you. Bye bye.